So we're going to go through BNB first. Then I'm going to do some Stellar, Adder. What other ones? Ultron, definite. Possibly just an update on Vet. Vet seems to be, you know, in a world of its own. It can dump 10% and rise 10% in a couple of hours. So pretty tricky to do TA on that because of the low sat levels. But we'll give it a go. So BNB, this is on the daily. These are my levels that have been on for, I mean, this is from June. Just to give you an idea of how long I leave my charts on for, I'm just going to drag down the BNB daily that I've just seen up on one of the top screens. So let's just drag that down. So we are going back to pretty much the beginning of the year, so nearly 11 months. These were the areas that I was setting stop buys for when they came, I think it was. So I sold around about 38, I think it was, and then I set these bars. So rebought some there. Rebought some there, rebought some there. That was actually one of my best ever trades, believe it or not. I don't know if you recall that one, but yeah, this is going back 11 months and everything's still on there. So we've got my levels all the way back from April. So these will become our TP targets in the case of a breakout. So I've neatened up the chart. So let's get rid of this one. So this is the neat version, no MAs on there, and yeah, just a clean version of there. You notice we have this trend line up there acting as resistance. It price broke out. You see that decent candle volume there, pushed price up to that previous resistance, sort of hovered, couldn't break through, come down and retested. Now we missed this one with this confluence of this trend line because I've only just spotted it, so it's a shame really I didn't get to see that on the daily. I've had the 4 hour and the 6 hour on BNB open, but I just flicked to the daily because that's what we've been looking at, and this is the reason why. I think a few of you discussed it. You see the MA cross right there? So what we're targeting is this level here. Now, as you can see, it came down and bounced square off of that, give or take, and within 1 day bounced 23%. Come down again, broke through, tweezer, price consolidated the next day, again having a tweezer, and then pushed again. So, you know, this is a really good level. Rejected off there again, no close above, another 17%. Came down, that was in absolute free fall. I think that might have been when Bitcoin sort of went on a little run. Obviously the correlation between the two, one goes, the other one usually goes the opposite. So it came up, hit this trend line, and again came down, pushed through, and then retested it on this level. So we had the support bounce, came down, decent sized candle to break through, so we know that's good. Rejected price, came back down, rejected big off of that. So we know that this level is a biggie. So what we're looking at now is this area here. So we've got the up cross. So we've got the up cross already. So that was actually a buy signal on the, I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure the bot would have caught that, but it does give out quite a lot of signals, so sometimes hard to track it. So what are we looking for? We are looking for price to come up, and this ideally is what we are going to play. So let's put a resistance level here, which you have confluence there and obviously there, which is the obvious level. So what we want to see is That's had 2 stabs at that. So price broke through, came back up. So this is the second attempt. So let's assume that on the third attempt, price with the up cross with confluence is going to push through. Is going to reject one more time. And what we want to be looking at is this level. So we want this level to flip resistance to support. And then I believe that once that does that, if we get our fill there, that's what I feel that price will do. So what are we looking at here? We have a target of 14.4%. Obviously we can drop back down to the 4 hour and 6 hour and try to see if there are any levels that we can possibly accumulate another few percent on the run up. Or if you prefer, you can just obviously, with it being a daily swing trade, you can just let it play out. So we want price to come up. We want this retest. Now we may even see this. So when I said about Monday, I think it was on Saturday or Sunday, keep an eye on BNB. This was because of the cross and this point here. It was at a critical level. Now look what happened with price. It came up and could not, inverted hammer, could not close above that level. So the daily close on this will be really important. And what we're looking at, we want to close above another 2 or 3%, and then we want to come down here, and then we'll stack our bids at this level here, 22650. You can stagger them. It all depends on if you can watch it live. But yeah, that's the target essentially around there, give or take 0.5%. Now this 25 MA right here will do this because it's the daily. They obviously don't swing as violently as what they would do on the other one. Also you've got the up cross, just looking at that on the 99. So this level here is a no-brainer for me. I'll be going a full stack of my Bitcoin trading pot and the stop. Now we can try and creep it to sub 3 because I'm going to go full account. I probably will do that because I'm banking on this to bounce. So if price does come below there, I mean, you run the risk like you always do of a low wick like this. But if I'm wrong, I want to be out. And 2.9% is fine with me. And we still got a 4.95%, 4.95R trade, basically 5 to 1 on your money. Which, given the up cross, the close above, and the confluence, we have a 25, which you should get a bounce off. I think we can tuck ours just under this level. So when you're looking at a trade for the entry, always look for the stop, because if we're buying, say we buy here for instance, let's just move that over. I won't spend too much longer on this one because I want to cover quite a lot of them, but this is just to give you an idea of how people get caught in no man's land. So say their levels weren't drawn and their entry is here. Now you have got no real, I mean, once price breaks down from there, you've got no real cutoff point until you get down to here. And then what do? Do you put it there? No, you have to go underneath it. So what do? You come to there. So then you've got this area. So you've got the close there, open there, and come down. A few wicks, 1, 2, 3. So even that's a good support. So then you find yourself tucking yourself under that one. And so on and so on. Obviously, if you look enough, you can spot pretty good levels everywhere. But then you're talking 6.67%. With an entry there, and with our resistance level there, you're looking now at a 0.78% trade. Now what happens is when people get bored, they're the sort of trades that they jump into. So they will be buying in no man's land. I've said it to Mo sometimes when he says he's bought a coin, and I'll just say, you know, why? Why have you brought it there? We want to see the up, rejection there, and this is our area. This is our key area. We want that to flip to from resistance to support, and that's what we're targeting. And that is a 5-hour trade, give or take. And we have 1, we have the 7 and the 25. So we have 3 levels that hopefully bulls will come in and stack bids and not trigger our stop. So that's BNB. That's the plan. And hopefully we'll have to wait for the daily close, but I'm hoping for a little bit of sideways tomorrow, so Tuesday, and then I'm hoping Wednesday morning we have a little bit of a sell-off. Maybe Bitcoin pushes a 3 or 4%, and we get that fill on that 22650 level there. And then hopefully the games will begin. We come up 14%. We take full money off the table here. If price breaks out, guess where we'll be sitting? We'll be waiting there for price to come up and retest. And then it's all about the levels. We then draw the next level and the next level, and so on and so on. Right, so hopefully that explains the thought process behind BNB and why I was quite excited about it on Saturday. I think it was a Friday night or Saturday. When I said that there'll be fireworks soon. This is the all-important level there. I just think with that level there and that big sell-off, I think it might just be one more. I think it might even come above trap balls with possibly stop buys and people that are long in that breakout. And I think it traps people one more time, comes down, triggers stops, and then that fills our bid. Right, on to the next one.